मित्रों रिसेंटली मैं एक आर्टिकल पढ़ रहा था ऑन एजिंग एंड what only 5% people do after they reach the age of 70. So since I'm 75, I got interested. And I was very happy जब मैंने वो 16 चीज़ें पढ़ी तो I could tick most of them. इसीलिए फिर मेरी ये तबीयत हुई कि मैं आपसे वो चीज़ें शेयर करूं एंड अपने एक्सपीरियंस बताऊं एंड आई वुड लाइक यू टू चेक आउट यू आर डूइंग योरसेल्फ. तो आइए शुरू करते हैं. सबसे पहली चीज़ है अर्ली मॉर्निंग व्हेन यू गेट अप, द मॉर्निंग वॉक. आई डू अबाउट 6,000-7,000 स्टेप्स इन द मॉर्निंग और करीब 3,000-4,000 स्टेप्स इन द इवनिंग. मॉर्निंग वॉक इज़ लाइक पैशन टू मी. अगर जिस दिन मैं नहीं जाता हूँ उस दिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि द डे हैज़ नॉट बिगन प्रॉपरली. दैट इज़ प्रोबेबली वन रीज़न वाई आई फील वेरी एनर्जेटिक मोस्ट ऑफ द डे. नंबर 2 उसमें था क्लाइंबिंग स्टेप्स. मैं नॉर्मली आई क्लाइंब अप टू सेकेंड फ्लोर ऑफ माई हाउस टू चेक वाटर टैंक. नो आई पुट अ अलार्म देयर, पर मैं खुद तब भी चढ़ के जाता हूँ ऊपर कि इट इज़ पार्ट ऑफ माई रूटीन एंड एक्सरसाइज. तो उस बहाने इट गिव्स मी एन एक्सक्यूज टू क्लाइंब अप एंड डाउन. स्टेप्स चढ़ना भी एक बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है बिकॉज दैट गिव्स एक्सरसाइज टू योर नीज एंड मसल्स in a different way than walking. Number 3 item on the list was preparing your meals. Now, most people who live with family naturally don't need to do that. पर मैं काफ़ी अकेला भी रहता हूँ and since I've lost my wife about 15 years back, तो अब मैंने जब मैं अकेला रहता हूँ तो मैंने किचन यूज़ करना शुरू किया and then I found it really helps in improving your memory. पहले I had outsourced my memory to my wife because she used to remind me everything and I just had to say and things used to happen. पर अब हर डेट मुझे याद रखनी पड़ती है. हर चीज़ जब मैं किचन में जाता हूँ तो क्या चीज़ है, क्या चीज़ ख़त्म हो रही है, क्या लाना है. सो योर माइंड इज़ एक्टिव. आई थिंक अगर लोग किचन में टाइम दें तो उनको अल्जाइमर्स नहीं होना चाहिए. Because my memory has improved over years since I've started working in kitchen. Another thing is driving. Now, I still drive. I don't go for long drives because then my eyes start getting heavy. City में आस-पास drive करना, one should keep driving for balance and for general alertness of mind. Driving is also very helpful in feeling fit. One important thing also in that checklist was gardening. Now that is another passion. I spend a lot of time in my garden, morning and evening, watering plants, and there's no more relaxing thing than talking to your plants every day. And while I'm in my garden, I try to catch some birds. I do some photography of garden birds that come or butterflies. So this keeps me engaged with nature in my own small way. I used to go out for photography, wildlife photography, etc. But with age, it becomes difficult to lift heavy camera and things. So I've outsourced that to my children and grandchildren. But now these days they have good enough mobile phones which have sufficiently powerful camera to do photography. Another checklist was yoga, light yoga. So I do light yoga in the morning while on my walk. In between my walk, I sit down and do some breathing exercises, some stretching, bending. So that's another thing you can check out whether you're doing it or not. That really helps. And of course, meeting friends or family or having at least one chat a day with someone where you can laugh, so that you feel light. That is very important. So fortunately, I have such people around me where I can at least laugh a little. So that helps in a way. These days we live a very lonely life. When I'm with my family, with my grandchildren and children, then laugh comes easily. You don't have to really think about it. But for old people who are living alone, it can become a challenge sometimes. वो भी कोशिश करनी चाहिए. It helps. Reading is another good thing, though of course these days with my eyes, I read little, but I read. I do read. But these days we are watching so much of news on our mobiles or reels or videos or movies. The reading has taken a back seat. Earlier, reading was a very essential part of our life, but अब वो कम होती जा रही है because of the technology. Stay up with technology. That's another thing. That was another thing on the checklist. And I do try to keep up with the technology because you have to use latest gadgets. If I have to make my own video podcast or something, so you have to keep in touch with internet and what's going on and what is the latest gadget coming up. So that much one has to keep up. And besides, I'm doing certain things to keep up with my children. You know, when you are 75, your children are nearing 40 or 50s, and they are busy in their own jobs in the corporate sector often. तो अगर आप टेक्नोलॉजी में या से स्टॉक मार्केट और व्हाट्स हैपनिंग, if you're not involved a little, there's very little to talk to your children. तो मैं कई चीज़ें सिर्फ इसलिए करता हूँ so that I can talk to my children in a meaningful way. And another thing on the checklist was sleeping well. Now, I think if you are walking enough, if you are doing all these things during the day, sleep should not be a problem. And if you sleep well and get up bright and excited in the morning, you can't ask for more. One should not be like, getting up in the morning and then feeling lazy or bored. One should be enough engaged in hobbies or things. One feels excited in the morning to look forward to doing something. Now, one should be positive about aging. That was another checklist, being positive about aging. Now, people shouldn't feel depressed that they are aging. I mean, it's a fun time. If you are aging and if you have no responsibilities, that's the best thing you can have. One has to make most of it and try to make life more interesting. I mean, if you are fit enough to travel, like I still travel a lot, considering my age. I like to travel, do photography, make videos. But one day, maybe I might not be having that luxury, travel that frequently. It can happen, though I would like to continue traveling. And another thing was take care of your appearance. Now that's very important. You have to be in love with yourself, with the life around you. You should try to look presentable or make other people take notice of you. Somebody should not feel, oh, he's not interested in himself or his life. That's another point that was there. So these are some of the things I read in that article, which only 5% people above the age of 70 are involved with. I would like you to introspect and see how many of these things are you doing, or this video, will it encourage you to take up a few of the things that we discussed here? Do let me know. I would like you to be more active and happy. Thanks for listening. Thank you.